In Los Angeles, that fear turned to anger, and anger into violence. The raids were challenged in court for being indiscriminate and based on skin color. But ultimately, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled the raids could continue. Since then, in city after city, the administration has been testing the court's limits, especially in Chicago.
ICE is running around the loop, harassing people for not being white.
Dale Jackson here for Yellow Hammer Now, and it looks like our friends in the media still have not figured out that demonizing ICE agents and Border Patrol as racist monsters, the Gestapo, jackbooted thugs, only has a negative impact on the people that have to interact with ICE and the Border Patrol. Yes, there was an attack on ICE agents and 2 illegal immigrants were killed in that situation. Did it stop law enforcement from going in and rounding up illegal immigrants, criminal illegal immigrants, people who are breaking our laws? No, it did not. And they just continued doing the same thing. They're racist, they're fascist, they're jackbooted thugs, they're Nazis. They're all these things. And they have no problem saying this over and over and over again, even though, as the report at the top of this clip showed you, we have a news report laying out, although in a dry tone that seems as if it's dismissive, the facts that no, this is not based on race at all. The Supreme Court found that, but you're supposed to believe the Supreme Court when it does what they want it to. When it doesn't, you're just not supposed to listen to it. And that is not solely a position the left has in this country, but it is a position that is pretty untenable for everyone to hold because it kind of exposes them whenever things don't go their way. But regardless, the Supreme Court made that decision, that determination, and the federal government was allowed to continue with what they were doing. But they continue to try to tell that story, hoping they can anger up enough people to where enough violence will take place that it will stop. And if you think I'm joking, look at this clip where after the shooting of ICE agents, we have individuals going on television, national television, and saying, well, I mean, if they wanted to stop, maybe they should, stop doing their jobs.
It feels like it's getting more frequent. Tensions are certainly very high. How do you stop the next person from doing this? Or what are you doing right now if you are law enforcement and you're trying to make sure that this is the end of this sort of politically motivated violence?
Well, the first thing is you take the underlying drivers away, like we talked about.
Now, of course, this happens in a situation where everyone gets together and agrees with each other very hardly, and they all agree that everyone who disagrees with them is bad and stupid and dumb. The reason why it happens in those situations is because when there's pushback, they don't know what to do. Here's a perfect example. Stephen Miller, someone who should go down in history as an American hero, absolutely eviscerating some schlub from CNN for asking what is, in fact, a stupid question.
Is it the case that, as Pritzker frames it, you are profiling brown people, that this immigration crackdown is designed to go after people of color?
It's such a, oh, what a dumb question. The illegal aliens who are here are taking jobs away from blacks, they're taking jobs away from whites, they're taking jobs away from Latinos, they're taking their health benefits away, they're taking their school slots away, and of course in many cases they're committing heinous crimes. We cannot have a system of law in this country that privileges illegal aliens over American citizens, and that's what they're doing. You know it, and I know it.
So that's not exactly a no, Stephen. Can you just unequivocally state that the immigration policy... I said it's a dumb question. Okay.
Well,
I appreciate
no,
that, but
and it's a dumb question.
So no, this policy is not designed
I thought when I said it was a dumb question, it meant no.
Well, I just want to be clear and precise. I appreciate you trying to qualify my questions, but nevertheless, I think it's a fair one that a lot of people have.
My full answer is no, that is a lie, and it's a dumb question.
Now, if that individual had any pride, he would resign his job today. He would go away in shame with his head hung down low, and he would say, absolutely, I've embarrassed myself, my family, my colleagues, and I'm no longer going to do this job. But he didn't know any better. Stephen Miller just absolutely ended his career. Unfortunately, that is an asset for him in the future. To be called stupid and be told that the question he's asking is stupid will be used as an asset in the future. But it is stupid and wrong and quote unquote dangerous to continue saying that members of the United States government are evil racists coming into your community to disappear people. Keep in mind all these stories that are told about horrible situation taking place, ICE doing a terrible, awful, no good thing to this very good person. They all turn out exactly the same way. With that great person that had something terrible happen to them having been not that great of a person. Do you not remember the situation we just saw in Des Moines, Iowa? There were actually protests after an illegal immigrant had guns and knives and all this money on him when he was caught. He was also the superintendent of Des Moines schools. And guess what? People came to his defense and said he was a great, great person. Until, of course, they realized that the lies they were telling were not true.
Dr. Ian Roberts, superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools, was arrested by ICE, detained by ICE this morning. Now, hundreds of people have gathered here in downtown Des Moines demanding his release.
So yes, they know exactly what they're doing. They don't care, but they know. And they're going to keep doing it over and over and over again. And somebody is going to get seriously hurt. And not that it's not happening already. You are having ICE agents and Border Patrol being hurt, but there's going to be a mass killing of these officers at some point in time. And the American media is still going to pretend that it's the fault of the people doing the job or, the Trump administration. When really it's the fault of the people lying about what they're doing, and they should stop lying about it right now.